What is the difference you have find when you have the same column names in both the source systems, and what is the difference you have find out when you have the different column names while using union? Anyone? You did not find any difference, or what is it?
So as a union we use so it's a yeah different column name. It's nothing to it's going and merge into a single file. And if the column is same for the yeah both file, yeah it's make the uh, double entry
Hmm. Uh,
in union. Yeah.
did you try it in a pipeline?
Uh, I think I try it on, and after yeah that I use the unique snap. So yeah let me check. It is same or it is something is different.
There will be a difference when you use different column names. So I want to understand whether you have done some research or not. Sushmita, did you do anything? You were speaking. I mean, you were able to speak.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So, did you find any difference between the columns having the same and the different between two sources?
Actually, it doesn't take the value, sir.
Mhm.
It means
If
if
you
with
have any working version in Snaplogic now, you can show me. I mean, it's like have you written any pipeline with the different column names and then use a union, something like that?
yes, sir.
Is it available now? Can you show me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Let me give you the access. Yep. Uh, can you share your screen and show me what you're doing? Mm-hmm. Yep. So first, just show me the source systems first. Yeah. Output of first CSV parser.
Uh, uh,
Not this one. Close it out. Close this as well. And then you have this CSV parser output. First CSV.
yeah. Mm.
Um,
Here I didn't have changed anything.
okay.
Uh,
Mhm.
I just removed the column, and also I have tried another value, and I just kept the another value also without placing empty.
It's actually, it's actually not, I mean, it's not what I have asked you for.
Yeah,
You
I
have
have
removed the
tried the different value also.
Hmm, yeah, I understand, but you have removed the record. But I have asked you to remove, or I mean, add the column. Column in the sense, employed is a column, first name is a column. Likewise, have you removed last name
Yeah,
from the file?
yeah.
So, what is the difference you have find um,
In the output, it
after
doesn't.
after union? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take.
Hmm. So it is giving you null values. That's it.
Yeah.
For the second for the
Hmm. Second file.
second file, right?
Yeah, and also I have tried a different value, but it's taking the different value also.
Okay. So can you do one thing? Close it out. Yeah. Before CSV parse formatter, add one mapper. Yeah, select everything and take it out here and to the right path as well. Okay, save it, close it out. Yeah, you don't require to attach it. Just validate the contents. Yeah, people now, I mean, everyone in the class, can you tell me why it has failed? Even it is giving us the reason also.
Last name.
First 50 documents has passed and it has failed from 51st document. Right? So what we have done, we have done an union of two source systems wherein first source system has the values of last name and the second source system does not have any values of last name, even though we have mapped it, right? So the Snaplogic now it is saying that the field or the values are not available for last name from 51st or 51st record, right? That is what the error is. So this is what I want you to understand from there, that if you use any snap after this, and if you use that additional column, whether you have added it or you have removed it, what Susmita has done here is she has removed the last name column itself from the second source system. So after the union, till the union you won't find any difference. After the union, whether you have used any other snap and the field that you have added or removed is being used in one of the snap, then that snap will fail, because the reason is the full content or the complete content or complete data set of 100 records does not have last name. For example, here only first 50 records has that value, right? That's what happened here. So for it is also showing the same error. First 50 records has the value and the second 50 records does not have value because we have removed it intentionally. But that could be the basic scenario in the real time also. Few records or few columns will have some different name and this one different name. So in this scenario, if you have this sort of things, you cannot go for union. Instead, you have to go for the join. Okay. Now let's say if you want to just bypass this error. So I told you one thing, in the mapper or in any of the snap, whenever you have a field missing, then what do you need to do? You have a checkbox there, you have to use it that.
N- Null suffix, sir.
Yeah. So go and click on null safe access. Yeah, save it and now validate it. Yeah. If you see the result, see the last name column. Not that. Output. Go to the output and go to last name. Go down. See, it has turned everything into a null. Earlier, previously, before the union, it was empty, right? Now, what you have done is you have explicitly told to that snap that put the null values when you did not find the respective column or the record value. Okay. So in this way, the external system will also have the null values. It's not the correct way, but just to exclude the error in the mapper snap. Okay. Or otherwise, you can add a router here. If the last name column or last name is null, then write it to other view or something. I mean, according to the business logic, you can use union along with some data validation operators like or snaps like filters or routers. Okay. Otherwise, you have to go with the union. This will be the same case if you add an extra column also. Okay. Make sense? Any questions? Anyone has any questions? Yeah. Uh, you can stop your sharing. Sushmita. Thank you. So the main intention that I have asked you to check is to understand, or I mean, you could have developed anything. You should know that how a union will behave if you have extra columns or a different columns. The main thing is you cannot map it directly, or you cannot use it in the next snap directly. Instead, you have to, I mean, use this null self access and everything just to bypass the error. Otherwise, you have to go with the joins. I mean, if you have any necessity like that. Okay. Union has a different purpose where the columns from both the sources are same and the data is also same, and then you want to combine just as is. Then 50 records and 50 records will join, and I mean will combine and give you 100 records. And if you feel that there is a duplicate values, then you should use unique likewise, and then process it to the destination. That's how you have to use it. So that is a special or a different case actually for the union. If you have a different column sets from different sources, then you have to use next snap as a mapper maybe, or a different thing. Then use null safe access and keep the nulls. When you keep the null safe access, it will give you the end values as nulls, and then use routers or filters to just to eliminate those null records from the source. Okay, or from the values to be pushed into the target. Once you eliminate that, you can just send out the remaining records to the target. Okay. Now the next task. I mean, did you do any analysis on left join and the full outer join I told you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So can someone name me out what is the difference you have found out? Before that, let me know what is an inner join.
Sir, inner joint is return records that have matching values in both tables.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
And
And mhm.
left outer joint is return all record from the left tables and the match record from the right tables.
Okay,
Right table.
so what happens to the unmatched records?
Uh, Unmatched record, they skip all the records who's unmatched.
Okay, it actually won't skip, but I will let you know. That is fine. I mean, it's
Okay.
yeah. Sushmita, go ahead. Sushmita, you have anything?
Nothing, sir.
Okay, yeah. Lokender, you can continue. You are partially right on left join. Um, it won't
So
skip additionally, but it will
left
give you
joint,
some value. Mhm.
yes, it only gives the some value from the left tables,
Right?
perfectly matched only.
That is inner join.
So inner joint return the matching from both tables,
Hmm. Okay. What
but
happens? Hmm.
in from in right it return all records from right table and the matched record from the left table.
Hmm.
Only matched record from the left table.
Okay. So the point here is there will be two sources. One is left table and the right table. What
Okay.
happens, or the left snap and the right snap here, if we talk about in Snaplogic. So what happens is it will join and it will look for the records where they have this join combination. Then it will, if there is a join combination or if the columns are matching, it will act as an inner join, and it will give you the result from both the tables. Okay. And
Yeah.
if not the if the value is not matching, it will give you the left side data, left side records, and the right side data it will give you all as nulls. So
Yes, yes,
that is the
yes.
difference.
Give me nulls.
So that is the difference. Basically, it will give you the values in a nulls because values are not matched. Right.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Now, can you tell me what is full join, Outer join, full outer join.
Yes, full outer joint is the table that includes all the right table and
Mhm.
left table, uh, all the matches.
Okay. So full outer join is a combination of all the all the three joins that is we have if we speak about database, there are three joins: inner join, left join, and right join.
Right.
So full
Yes,
outer join is a
this
combination
is
of
the
all those
combination of
three.
three. Yes, this is combination of three.
Yeah,
Wo-
yeah. You're almost correct. Let me complete that.
Yes, yes.
So it's a combination of all those three. In the sense, what is the purpose of inner join? It will give you the only matched records. What is the purpose of left join? It will give you the matched records as well as unmatched records will be in a null. The right join is it will give you all records from the right table, and the unmatched records will give you a null in the left side. So the full join is combination of all these. So once you use full join, these three you are combining both A and B, right? Source A and source B. So if there is a value in first table and it is not in second table, then it will give you the values of left, and the right will be nulls. Okay. And in
Mm.
the same way, if there is a values in right and the value is not there in the left, it will give you the right value, but the right value, the left value will be null. And the inner join, the condition between the values that are matching, it will provide you the values. So full outer join is a combination of all these three, but Snaplogic we have only three. One is inner join, left join, and the full outer join. We don't have right join because we can use left join itself to make it use like a right join. So that's where we don't have right join, but in general SQL or SQL we speak about, we have all these joins actually. Okay, make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's just see how we can do it in Snaplogic. So this is what we have used yesterday in Union, right? This is the pipeline we are playing around yesterday. So now I want to use join. Okay, I just validated. What is the columns that I have to use here? Employee ID and employee ID, nulls of access. Did I sort it out? Yeah, I have sorted it out and I have used it. So this is inner join. The output of the snap is what happened. Failed to operate. Did I do sorting? Okay. Descending order. So now if I validate, the results will be in a descending order and the exact matching records will be come to your right. So in starting from input employee ID, this is your right table till department ID, this is your left table. From here, this is your right table. So all the matching records are coming here. Okay. Only the matching records are coming here, as you can see. Right? Make sense? Now I want to use with the same condition, I want to use left outer join. Okay, what I said, it will act as inner join when both sources has the same column or the matching records. If the data is not there, it will turn everything in the right side to null. So let's see if there is any combination that we have from source is giving us a null. So if you see, there are these three records. The combination of 200, 199, and 198. So I said from input 1 is the right table. So what is the purpose of left join? If the data in the left source or source A does not contain in left or right, sorry, right, which is source B, then the right values will set to null, right? Every record will be set to null. So here if I see that 198, 199, 200 combination does not exist in second source, but it exists in first source. That's where it has given us everything as null. Can you identify here? Okay, that is the purpose of left join. So in this case, what we will do is, based on the business logic or according to the customer, what we will do is we will eliminate these records, or maybe we can just, sorry, we can just use some default values in case of nulls using mappers and everything. We will modify accordingly. So that we will generally do basically. Okay, any questions on this? Were you able to identify the difference that I am speaking about earlier? See, everything it has turned into null, 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 null. Everything it has converted into null because these three records are not there from right, right table or left, right source. This is the right source and this is the left source, right? The top one is left, the below one is right. Okay, top one has values and the below one does not have. That's where, sorry, it has provided us those three records with null values because those values are not there, right? Correct. Any questions on this? Are we able to understand what is left join and what is inner join now? Any questions? Yes, no, maybe. Does anyone has any questions on this? If you don't have, you can say no. Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the left join. If I use outer join, as I told you earlier, this is the combination of all. This is the combination of all three, right? Left join, right join, and inner join. So if I use the right join or the full join, the matching records are coming here as expected, right? If you see this 198, 198, 199, 200, see the values in the right are null because there is no matching records with these in the right table. So that's where it has given as null values. So this supplements the left join. So it is working as left join also. But let's see if there is any null values in the left side of the table. There are no null values in the left side of the tables because every record in the right is matching with the left table. That's where it has not given us the null values. So it has to give us the same values or the null values that is giving with the left join. Likewise, it will be giving the null values in the right side as well. When there is a records in the source B and there is no records in source A, then it will give you the null values here. When you use right join, or as there is no right join in the Snaplogic, the full outer join or the outer join will give you that result. So you just need to remember one thing: outer join is a combination of inner join, left join, and right join also. But in Snaplogic, you cannot assign the right join because that functionality is not given, and we can use the left join itself to have it in that way. So the out join will give you the combined result of inner join, left join, as well as right join. That's where we call it as a full join or full outer join. Make sense? Any questions on full outer join? Full outer join or outer join, full join, everything are same. Okay, right? So now there is this other option which is specially given for the Snaplogic itself. These three you will be able to see it in the normal SQL statements, and whenever you use SQL, you can write it out to join different tables and everything. But now Snaplogic has this other feature also wherein it can just join or merge the records. Merge the records. That's it. Okay. So then there is this merge option given like this. So with the merge, we don't require to give the join paths and everything. We can just remove this. Join paths, you just need to give it when there is an option select between these three. Then only you require join path. Otherwise, you don't require to give the join paths. Okay. When you have merge option, you don't require to give the join paths, and the sorting order is also necessary, is also not necessary. You can give the unsorted because it will just randomly merge the records of first to the first to the second, in the sense the left to the right. I mean source A to the source B. Okay, you don't require to put the any sorting order. It is not required. It's just that when you are doing the above three operations, any of these three operations, then you require the join path along with the sorted streams. When you are using a merge operation, you don't require to give the sorted streams or the join paths. Okay, once I save it, once I close it and validate it, it will give me the results. So if you see, the data has been just merged directly without any condition. It has just merged, right? But if you see, uh, it just has matched the 50 records randomly with the other 50 records, right? So if I remove this sorting here, and if I just join this out here, as I have sorted it out, it has just came in the sorting manner. But if I remove the sort, so the output will be 50 records. Okay, but it has more columns, the right side columns and the left side columns as well. Uh, Now if you see 198, and if you see here, do you see 198 here, right? Because we have removed the values and something. So what you need to understand is it is just gonna combine the left path or the left data with the right data without any conditions. It's just gonna merge. It is just gonna what do you say? Merge, in the sense join. That's it. Combine. It won't do anything. So like union, the merge also acts like the same way, but union, what it does, it will just put that record set from one after another. The top level will have the left table, and then it will come, then it comes the right table at below, right? But here when you use merge, everything on a is on a horizontal plane, and you will get only 50 records, right? But we have not used any condition. It's just a random merge without any logic. Okay, we can use it, but there, in certain cases where you just need to process only the matching documents, then you go for inner join. When you have logic that you have to use right join or left join or full outer join, you basically use those set edge joins. But otherwise, if you don't have any requirement from the customer and you just need to combine data from two different sources, you can just use a merge. Okay, just a random merge. So let's say if I use any other columns here, maybe any other file, KB 4.8. Let me use this to show you the difference. So how many records are there in this? So there are only 5 records. Okay. What will be the output here? See, other values as given as empty. So if I want to map these columns, again it will give you an error. Because why? Because the right side values are empty here. It's not even null. But if you use left outer join or right join or full outer join, it will give you null values. But the values here are empty, completely empty. So it's just randomly merge the records from left to right. That's it. Even the column names are different. It will give you a different column name and it will give you null or empty, not null exactly, the empty. Okay, likewise. So here there are records still 100. So it has just randomly mapped, right? Randomly mapped, and the other columns are empty here. But if you see the case of inner join, left join, or right join, it is providing us the values with nulls, right? That's where the other snap will accept also. You don't require to put null safe access when the null values are coming from source. Okay, but if there are empty values or values like this are coming, you have to put the null safe access also, because otherwise the snaps will fail. Merge is just like combining the two data sets from source A to source B without any condition. The other join types are with a condition where we need to use certain join type to obtain our operation or to obtain the expected results as per the requirement. Okay, merge is just a random merge which doesn't require any sort of validation. I mean, validation in the sense, any sort of additional logic that requires. Is just a random merging of documents or document set from source A to source B. Okay, I request everyone to go and look at this merge option after this session again, and do your analysis on that, like adding one more column, and then use any other snap after that, and then see how it is happening. Okay, make sense? So likewise, just do some research and let me know. Any other questions you have on merge, or is it fine? Are you good? Are we good with the join snap then? We have covered all the 4 options that we have here: inner join, left outer, outer, and merge. All the 4 options we have covered. I have showed you the examples of all 4 types also. Merge is just a simple merging of records without any condition. Outer join is nothing but a full outer join where we perform all the above operations like inner, left, outer, and right, also within a single operation or a single type, which is called an full outer join. So left outer is something where if you have a data set in the left and the data is not matching with the right, then right values will be set to null. That is called left outer join. Inner join, it will give you the combination, or if you have the matching record from left to right or source A to source B, then only you will get the inner. You will be able to perform the inner join. If let's say there are no matching records, the join snap will not give you any errors. I mean, not errors, will not give you any records as an output. Okay, as we are seeing this green color one, we are able to see it just because it is just giving us some data out of that snap. But if any of the join type and a certain condition is not matching, it will just turn into green, this light green color, and it will not provide you any result out. Make sense? So we have completed on this join snap along with this union snap. Any questions or anything that you want me to cover up now? Or are we good with this? Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, Manoj, I have a question.
Mhm.
Why there is no right outer join in the?
So as I said, we can use the left outer join to act like a right join. So what is the purpose of right join? I said it will check the left table, right,
Okay.
with the right table, and if the data is matching from right table to left table, then it will give you the exact result. If the data is not matching, the data from the left table will be null, because the data is not matching with the right table. That's where it is giving us nulls. So how we can achieve that? So we are, till now we are taking this as source A and source B. This is left and this is right, correct?
Yeah.
If we just interchange the values, what it will become? The source A has become source B now, and source B has become source A now, right? Now
Right.
this way we can say that we are using a right join without telling or without showing the Snaplogic itself, and it will, oh, there is this merge option. Sorry, we have to put the left outer. I have deleted that snaps. Yeah. Then use the sorting operation. Right, that here and use it here. Let's see. So if you see the values, and records, which unsorted, this is ascending. So I have made, so it has duplicated the values into the join because the data is something that is matching here. Okay, so basically the data set is not the way it shows the null values, but the right outer join can be applied some or can be achieved something like this. So if I change the source B to source A, then I apply the right join, I mean left outer join, then it will act as a right join. So that's where we don't require any other type of join in Snaplogic. So that's where we have not used it. Now
Okay.
the data is not in that compliance, so that's where it is not showing us the relative data. It is able to match out with most of the data, and that's where it is repeating the duplicates. If you see, so because nulls are matching, sorry, nulls are matching, and few of the records, other records are also matching. So that's where it is showing us the duplicated records actually. If you see, right,
Okay.
that's the problem. Otherwise, it should give you the nulls basically. And we mostly don't require, because left outer join will give you the results that customer wants. So as there is no requirement, why do we need to worry about it, right? So that's where, that is another go also from Snaplogic, where we don't require the right join.
Okay. Got the point.
Okay,
Yeah.
just remember that we just need to use all, these three in Snaplogic. Don't worry about the right join basically.
Okay.
Any other questions? No more questions? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. So did everyone do some research on JSON and how uh, we basically uh, use JSON and what is the purpose of JSON? Anyone? Okay. So I have taken this editor online. I mean, this is something a free tool that is available in online. So I am using is just using it to explain you what is a JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. Okay, and the JSON will be in a format like this, where the whole data set will be in a curly braces. Okay, every value or every record within a JSON is a key value pair. The left side is the key value pair, which will be in double quotes every time. Okay, and the right side is the actual value. So the whole data set will be in a single curly braces, which actually looks like this. Just a second. So this will be the start. This will be the start and end of the JSON document. And after that, there are different fields like they have showed you here. Okay. So the left side values are the keys and the right side values are the values. If you remember the pipeline parameters, I said that the values which are coming from left are keys and these are values, right? Same like JSON is called JavaScript object notation, wherein it has a complete data set within a curly brace, and the left side values are keys and the right side values are columns. So why do we require a JSON? JSON is used to store a data which are used to store a data to transfer from one snap to another snap, right? We want data to be processed or passed from one snap to another snap, correct? Yes or not? So if you require a data to be transferred from one snap to another snap, we require some mechanism wherein it will store the data of this snap and it will pass to this snap. That's where Snaplogic has used. It's not only defined for Snaplogic. JSON will be used in many parts of IT. Okay, IT in the sense, I mean, in software engineering, we will be using in many parts in web development and everything. But when it comes to Snaplogic, JSON is being used to store the data of one snap to other snap, or used to carry the data of one snap to the other snap. So this is how the basic structure looks. So here, as an example, what they have defined is, in the first field they have given the array, and array looks like this, right? In a square brackets, any values that are kept within the square brackets are called arrays. So here we call it as array of values. If I put string Manoj Kumar. Okay, I have defined two values. We call it as array of strings. Earlier, we call it as array of numbers. Now, we call it as array of strings because the values within an array are strings. Earlier, the values within an array are 1, 2, 3, where we call it as numbers. Okay, I have told you to go through the arrays. So once you go through the arrays, you will get to know more about this. Basically, the values between square brackets are called arrays. So what I have defined here, I have assigned this array to a field. Okay, within to a key or a field within this JSON object. So this array will this array field, or this, let's say, ARR, this ARR field will carry the information of these two. Okay. Likewise, I have defined bool, which carries true or false. Boolean, true or false are nothing but Boolean values. Okay. That's where we can define Boolean values also. Here we have defined a string, color gold. We can have the field name as null and the value also null also. Or otherwise, if we can have any name, any key here, and we can assign a null value directly. If you remember, strings should be enclosed within double quotes. Okay, and the boolean values are without double quotes. Numbers are without double quotes. So if you see the number, it is without the double quotes. Okay, this is an object. This is another JSON object. Here we have kept a JSON object inside another JSON object. So this whole JSON object is a JSON object, right? This whole object that we are seeing here is a JSON object. What we have done is we have defined another object and we have kept inside a JSON object. But we cannot only keep start with open and curly braces like we have done here. We have to put this, or we have to assign this open and curly braces and the data within this to another value or another key. So this holds, or this whole data will be holded by the object here. Okay, if it is a normal JSON object or the parent JSON object, if I say, we can directly start with open and curly braces. But if we want to define another object within a JSON object, we have to define these values like this within open and curly braces, and that has to be assigned to another key with, or separating with a colon. Here the separator is a colon. It's not equal to. It's not equal to. It's colon. If I give equal to, it will give me an error. It is colon. Okay, and again we have defined a string value which is being holded by the string. So we have to remember that everything in the left should be having a double quotes, and everything in the right will have a double quotes if it is a string. It won't have if it is a boolean or string, number basically. So it's just a basic information of JSON that we require for Snaplogic. There is a lot more in the JSON, but we don't require everything now. But I want everyone to go to the internet and search for the JSON. After that, the things that we have discussed till now, just elaborate on those and look for and do your research on it. Okay, it's just our basics of JSON. There is a lot more that you can do, but for Snaplogic, or just for now, we are okay with it. The information that we have till now, just enough for that. We just need to understand that whole parent object should be started with open braces and curly braces, and then everything should be in a key value pair manner. Keys are going to your left and values are coming to your right. Keys will be enclosed within double quotes every time. It is not mandatory that we have to keep everything in a double quotes in the values. If there are strings, then we should keep them in a double quotes. Otherwise, we use values without double quotes if they are numbers or a boolean values. Right? The only purpose of the JSON is to carry the information or carry this data from one snap to another snap. Here, the data, for example, if we see live in Snaplogic, the data, if we are able to see it in here, is tabular format. That is fine. But the actual data processing is in JSON. So, if you see, this is the JSON. Okay, this data is being carried to the second snap. So everything that is happening in Snaplogic is through JSON itself. But the tabular format or the table you see is just for our representation that they have given. But the actual data processing is being handled within a JSON, right? So as I showed you in this example, employee ID is a field or a key, 198 is a value. So 198 is number, but still we have kept it in double quotes. So 198 becomes a string. Okay. First name is a key, Donald is a value. Likewise, we have defined key value pairs and starting with open and curly braces. So this information will be carried to the next snap. If it is not being carried, we won't be able to have it here, right? This schema is not available and you won't be able to see any output of the next snap. So To carry the information from one snap to another snap, we require JSON, and JSON will be in a key value pair combination, and it will start with an open brace and curly brace. And if we want to define JSON object inside within JSON object, we can define it. If we want to have Boolean values, if we have any, we can have it. Likewise, we can have everything. But as far as our example see, if we are able to see our example, we have everything in a string. That's where everything is disclosed or kept in a double quotes. Right? Make sense? Any questions on the JSON? It's just a basic information or high level information that I have given you for the purpose of usage in Snaplogic. That's it. There are a lot of things that we can do using JSON, and that will be differed from one tool to another tool, or maybe in Snaplogic we use only this much. Maybe in other programming languages or wherever you do, you might use more or more functions. You apply more functions and on the JSON itself. Okay. So the things that we have referred till now will be good. Good at. Any questions on the JSON?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, please.
So only JSON will be used to store data.
Yes. In Snaplogic, only JSON will be used.
Yeah.
But in other tools, there are many data storage terms, like we can use XML and everything. XML, we can use JSON also. We can use XML. We can use only plain text also to store. But as per the Snaplogic standards, or they have used JSON because it's just the new way of data storing. Because if we use XML, it is just we require a basic format, like everything should be in an Angular format. Employee ID should be in an Angular braces, greater than less than symbol, if I say Angular braces and everything. And we need to follow a specific schema to define the structure or JSON. I mean, sorry, to define the structure with the values. So that is just a bit of complicated way to store the values in XML. But previously, in early days, we used to have the data to be stored within, I mean, for storing purpose, we used to use XML for that. But now we have turned, or the latest system has turned into JSON everywhere. So that's where Snaplogic is also used to store the data in JSON to transfer between snap to snap. Okay. Once we save it, the JSON will be gone. Once we save it, the stored information now is gone. So if you know the purpose of RAM in a computer, what it does, so once you have some operation doing, that operation will be stored on RAM. Sorry. So that operation will be stored on RAM. So once that operation is killed, or once you close it, then that will be taken away from the RAM. Likewise, here JSON also, what it will do is it will just have the information stored in a JSON till the time we validate it. Okay. Once you save it, it will be gone. Right? It will refresh again. It will be refreshed with new data. Right? So here, if I see the output, the JSON is like this, and it's the way it is being shown now. Let's say if I save it now, it will be gone and it will be refreshed with new data in the next run. It's not like it's a complete storage. No, every time it will refresh. Okay. It's like a container where it will transfer data between snaps, the JSON. And it is the format, it is the specific format that we have used here. It's like key value pair combinations. Make sense?
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Any other questions we have?
You you mean the latest data store JSON no one else is used can do.
I did not get your question actually.
I mean,
No, you can ask in Hindi, no worries.
I mean, no one else is used can do in JSON.
In
You
JSON.
know the JSON.
Okay, JSON.
You mean latest data storage JSON? You tell me.
Yeah, the data will be stored in a JSON format and it will be refreshed after every validation and run to store the latest data again, and it will refresh again.
Okay, okay.
So Manoj, storing section is just like a container, or it is a something a cache memory, something temporary, yeah, data.
It's just a some temporary. I mean, if you see, as I showed you earlier, if I save it,
Hmm.
the data is gone, right? So it's
Hmm.
just temporary, where it is just a container. It is storing the data for that purpose, for that specific time. Once it transfers the data, and once you feel that if we save it, it is gone. The JSON
Hmm.
will be refreshed. It will wait for the new run or new validation to happen, because every snap will require a JSON object. Then only, the mappings that we are doing here and everything are being or based on the JSON itself. If the JSON is not available, then it will fail. The snap will fail. Okay. Every
Okay.
snap requires a JSON data to be carried from one after another.
So as a container, it is right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and other thing. So it is stored as a container. So where is the controller? If we can say it is stored into yeah, into the
See, if I
snap
say
or the
container,
snap flag.
if I say container, don't go with or don't compare with any other programming languages. It's
Hmm.
just container, generally in normal terms, what do you say a container? A container is used to store something,
Hmm.
right? It could be a water or something in general terms, right?
Hmm.
Likewise, a container here, JSON is a container here where it will just store the information coming from this file. For example, the information coming from the file, it is coming up, and once it reads, JSON will take the data and it will carry to the other snaps. So that is the
Hmm.
purpose of the JSON
Hmm.
here.
So I got a question somewhere. Data storing into a snap or the snap access. So.
Yeah. Snaplex won't store any data, actual data. Everywhere you have other metadata. Data will not be stored anywhere. The
Hmm.
JSON object will carry the data for some period. Once something is done, once that run is completed, or once it is saved, so the data will be gone. It's just like a RAM, as I said. Once you have the,
Hmm.
once it is performing some action, it will store or it will have the data available for some time. Once that
Hmm.
action is done, it will just remove or completely remove everything. It will completely delete everything from that memory. Okay. And JSON will also have nothing.
Hmm.
And the Snaplex only stores the metadata. It's not that data will be stored. So that is the basic purpose or usage of Snaplex. It
Hmm.
won't look at your customer data. It will only require the metadata information about that usernames and passwords and something else.
Hmm.
Other than that, it doesn't require anything. And JSON holds the data for some period. Once it transfers and once the snap functionality is achieved, it will just destroy the JSON where it has the data.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the purpose of database, JSON data actually, from to carry the data from snap to snap, on snap
Hmm.
to another snap. So that's where everything in Snaplogic is in a JSON format. Even we are able to see the data in a tabular format. Till now I'm showing you the data in a tabular format itself, right? But
Hmm.
the actual processing happens in a JSON. And Snaplogic, for our instance, or just to view in a different way, they have given this tabular format also, but the actual processing happens in JSON.
JSON. Okay.
Okay, the everything will be in a key value pair. Left side is a key and the right side is a value.
Value. Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes. Thanks.
Okay. Any questions we have? So I told you in previous session that let me know what is the difference between parameters and expression libraries. So did anyone go to the previous session where I have explained the difference between parameters and expression libraries? I was asking this from maybe last 2 3 sessions to go and do some research. I mean, research in the sense I have already explained you in the one of the previous session. So I asked you to go through that again and let me know what do you mean by what do you understand on expression libraries and the parameters. Okay, so does anyone do? I mean, can anyone let me know what is a parameter? What is the purpose of parameter here? I have explained multiple times, even in maybe one of the last session, a couple of sessions back. I have reiterated the things on parameter.
The static values that we are defining.
Hmm. Okay. So how can we use these values? I mean, the values defined in parameters in a snap. How we can use? I mean, let's say I have defined this. How I can use this? Let's say I want to use it in. So I have passed through that it will come through. So I want to use the defined value here. How can I use it? Anyone?
Yeah, so as we use the static value, we have to first we click on the toggle button, and
Mm.
it start on the expression. Then we use the underscore,
Correct.
and
So we
yeah,
keep everything with underscore
yeah,
here. Okay.
yeah.
We have it here. And then the name will be assigned to this values. So if you see, name has been added. Why it has added 50 times? Because the input data is of 50 records. That's where the mapper have added 50 times that Manoj. I have defined only once here, right? But the input data, if you see, 50 into 1, 50, correct? So that's where it has added the same value 50 times. Make sense? Make sense?
Yes, Manoj.
Any questions on the pipeline parameters? Because without you knowing or without you understanding the parameters, I cannot go to the expression libraries. That's where I am holding back every session. So now you got to know what is JSON also, right? So from the next session, from tomorrow, I will go to the expression libraries. Okay. I will explain you expression libraries, but I insist again, go to the previous session and let me know what is expression library. And going forward, there are some snaps which require JSON knowledge. So as we have done, or as we are able to understand what is a JSON now, I will be going to some a basic some other snap where it requires JSON actually. So I will be speaking through those snaps from tomorrow's session. So what I just need from you is just go and look at my session where I have explained you about expression libraries. And if you can do any additional research on the JSON, you can do it. But the things that we have discussed till now is enough. Okay. Even the parameters are same things that we are doing or that we have defined here. So left side is key, right side is value. That's what it is. Left side is key, right side is value. Left side is key, right side is value. That is what we are doing here. But it's just a basic representation or raw representation, I would say. But this is somewhere in a formatted way. Correct. It's just a formatted way given by a Snaplogic. We can just enter the values here. But if you use any programming language or anything, we just do everything in a raw format, right? We write code in a raw manner. So that's where we require this as well, just to have to create a few things using JSON. Okay, even expression libraries are are defined in a JSON format. They will be expression libraries are defined in a JSON way. Okay, we require JSON for expression libraries. Even I have told you this in the previous section. Okay, I told you that how we can differentiate between parameters and expression libraries also. So now we have completed the JSON. We will be able to go through that expression libraries in the tomorrow session, and taking that with other JSON related snaps. I mean, where we require JSON. I'm not saying that other snaps will not require JSON, but to understand the other snaps, you require JSON knowledge. So as we have covered it now, we will be looking at those snaps as well. Okay. Any questions? Maybe any questions from starting to now? Yes.
Uh,
No.
no,
Yep.
actually, Manoj, yesterday I showing some pipeline of mine.
Mm,
So there I use the short snap. It's not working, and you told me to change into the string into the integer value.
mm.
So after I change into integer, it is also not work. So can I show it or something?
Yeah, you can. I mean, we have time anyway.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. Give me the access, please.
just a second. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is visible.
Mm-hmm.
So after yeah mapper, I'm going to change into my ID into the integer. So at a short section, I have to see this. The ID is an integer. So when I going to short all this thing, ID as a ascending order, and when I save it, it is showing error. So after integer, it is
Yeah, just a second.
yeah.
Can you go back to Mapper?
Okay.
Open it. Uh, can you change the target path to small ID?
Okay.
Small I. Yep. Save it. Yeah. Once it validates, can you see the result?
Is nothing showing the error here, and the result is yeah not sorting like that. Is a 29 after 7.
Okay. Just close it out. Show me the mapper output.
Okay.
Mapper out.
Here.
Okay. Uh, mhm. Can you open the sort? Uh, can you click on that? Yeah, ID.
ID as
Yeah,
integer.
click on it. Yeah,
Yes.
save it.
And save it.
Yeah, save it. Now validate it.
That's validating. It is showing short. And character is neither a decimal number in or in E annotation explanation mark.
Character N is neither a digital decimal digit number.
Or decimal.
Can you show me the ID values there?
Okay.
Values of
So
ID.
ID value is there is 2329
Yeah.
something else, and some the null value also here in ID.
Do you have characters?
In ID, no, it's not any character there. If I say into here,
Mhm.
In ID, it is showing only the integer into a string.
Just a second. You have empty values as well there.
Yeah.
Okay. Filter out those empty values
Uh,
after the map, before the mapper.
before the, so I use a router here
No, filter.
or filter snap.
No, after that. Not after that. Before the mapper snap,
Okay.
write an expression to filter out. Go to snaps. Snaps. Mhm. No, write the expression. Type
ID. Okay.
not equal to.
Equal to.
Not equal to.
Okay. Not equal. 0. Right.
Space. No. Remove that. Double quotes.
Okay.
That's it. Save it. See the result of filter. Yeah. So now see the result of sort.
Okay. Oh.
It was not able to sort it out because of the empty characters that you have.
Hmm.
Or I have used the filter here. What we
Hmm.
need to do is use mapper and replace that empty characters with null. You know, just I
Hmm.
wanted to show you that. I mean, we can pass it through. But the only problem is we have to replace that double quotes with something else. Then only it will work. That sorting and everything will work. Now what we have done is we have removed those characters. Instead, what you can do is take away that, close this out.
So
Uh,
so
take the filter and filter away.
if you going to a error view, can we show those data? We have to filter in here.
No, it won't.
Uh,
It's not
okay.
failed actually. It's not. Whenever
Hmm.
failed, filter is a Boolean expression. It won't show you in a error view. Error view,
Hmm.
when it will show you is when the snap fails. The snap will not fail here because the values
Hmm.
are empty. It's not something that field is not available also.
Hmm. Okay.
So what you can do is you just need to replace that empty with null value. So if you can take out that filter, there is other way also. There is other way of handling. Can you take out that filter away? Only filter. Map the mapper. Yeah, tag it. Yeah. So in this expression,
Hmm.
open this expression builder completely.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
before percent, yeah, $ID
Dollar ID.
not equal to null, not equal to anything, not equal to
Oh, okay.
not one, not equal to.
Not equal to. Uh.
Again, you have kept it as one,
Oh, I press the.
not one. Yeah,
Okay.
not equal to empty.
Hmm.
Then question mark. Keep that percent as is question mark. Paste the value. I mean, you have removed some value. Colon.
So it's a ternary operator. Something.
Yeah, space. Null.
Yeah.
So what you are doing here is we are converting that whole expression, or whenever the ID value is empty, we are converting that expression whole into a null.
Null. Yeah.
Save it out.
Hmm.
Okay, click on OK.
So cannot look up a property. It is a fine.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Keep the null safe access there.
It's
Close it
validated.
out. Close it out.
And see
Uh,
the.
one thing you have to do is you forgot to tag it out. Before mapper is not tagged. Mapper. You have to tag the mapper.
Oh, okay, okay, got it. Here.
Same time. Okay, if you see the output of this. So
Hmm.
more nulls has come to first because null greater than. You have checked the null greater than. That's why
Hmm.
the null values came up at start and the other values are sorted in a way.
Hmm. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Manoj.
Yeah, no worries. Any other questions, team? We are done with the session for today. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, we are good to wind it up. Any questions? I mean, we still have 7 minutes left. So any question that I am open, you can just me ask around.
So Manoj, when you say to going to the string method and analyze those functionality,
Mm,
so I
mm,
found yeah, there is the method of sprint f.
mm.
So what is the working of that functionality?
That is something advanced to you for now. Just go with the basic string methods like concatenation,
Okay.
substring, something like this. Printf and everything. Those are something bit advanced.
Hmm.
So one thing I suggest you is go through the methods and remember whatever is easy for you for now. But when the time comes and when there is a need for that functionality, then you can do more research on that. Because if you do everything now, you will forget everything now itself.
Okay.
Okay. So
Hmm.
basic methods like concatenation. Most of the methods you will be able to understand, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Concatenation, substrings, index of, last index of.
Hmm.
Likewise, we have multiple methods, right? Like that. So those are basic string functions. So I suggest go through everything that is there in Snaplogic. But if you are not able to understand one thing, just keep it aside.
Hmm.
Remember that there is one thing that we can use, but you don't know the functionality completely. So likewise, just go through everything. The thing is, when the time comes, you will be able to apply it directly. You can do more research and apply it directly. If you remember or if you try to do it now, you will forget everything. That's
Okay. Actually,
Hmm.
I tried it
Hmm.
all almost of
Hmm.
yeah, all the functions of the
Hmm.
string. So rest of some two or three functionality, I'm not work on them. So
Hmm. Hmm.
so
Hmm.
that's why I'm
So
not.
you are not sure about those 2 3
Mm.
functions.
Yeah.
You are not
Hmm.
completely able to understand the functionality. That is fine.
Hmm.
No problem. You don't need to know everything. That is fine.
Hmm.
But when
Okay.
the time comes and when you have to use it, you will get to know that. Okay.
Okay.
Likewise, do the research on arrays also. Okay.
Yeah, I do that yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to use that within JSONs. As I showed you now,
Hmm.
how to define an array of values within a JSON. So
Hmm.
we'll be using that as well, and go through the array
Hmm.
functions as well. The sortings and uh,
Hmm.
converting it from array to string to array.
Yeah.
There are multiple methods. Those are basic methods. I mean, once you are able to identify those methods and apply those, when I'm trying to let you know, then you will be able to map it out. Once you do some research on it. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Those are the main things that we require, basically, arrays and strings. The other things also require, but that we mostly don't use that frequently. Date functions and everything we require, but we just need some basic format to know, and you can do the analysis on that once you have that requirement there. Other things are like, on the go. You can do it on the go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, team? Okay. I think Prashant, we can wind it up. No one has any questions.
Okay. Sure, Manoj. So thank you, team. Thank you, Manoj.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank